For years, artificial intelligence was a featured topic at CES, but it was never the whole story. It appeared in specific categories like smart assistants, software demos, or experimental concepts. CES 2026 marked a clear turning point. AI didn't just appear across the show floor, it dominated it. Almost every major product category, from laptops and televisions to home appliances, cars, and industrial hardware, was built, marketed, or justified around artificial intelligence. CES 2026 wasn't just a tech showcase, it was a statement that AI has become the default layer of modern technology. One of the most striking changes at CES 2026 was how normalized AI had become. In previous years, companies went out of their way to explain what AI was and why it mattered. This year, those explanations were mostly gone. AI was treated as an assumed capability, much like Wi-Fi or Bluetooth. Product launches focused less on introducing AI and more on explaining how their version of AI was faster, more efficient, more private, or more integrated than competitors. That shift signals that AI is no longer experimental. It's infrastructure. Consumer electronics provided some of the clearest examples. Laptops and PCs at CES 2026 were heavily centered around on-device AI processing. Nearly every major manufacturer highlighted dedicated AI chips designed to handle tasks locally instead of relying entirely on cloud services. Features like real-time language translation, image enhancement, voice transcription, background task automation, and predictive performance tuning were positioned as standard expectations, not premium add-ons. AI became part of the baseline user experience rather than a feature users had to opt into. Televisions and home entertainment systems followed a similar pattern. AI-powered image upscaling, adaptive brightness, sound optimization, and content recommendation systems were no longer marketed as futuristic. They were framed as necessary improvements to keep up with modern content formats and viewing habits. AI systems now analyze room lighting, viewing distance, and audio reflections in real time, adjusting output automatically. The message from CES 2026 was clear. Static settings are outdated, and intelligent adaptation is the new normal. The smart home category showed how deeply AI is being embedded into everyday environments. Instead of focusing on individual smart devices, companies emphasized AI-driven home systems that learn patterns, anticipate needs, and reduce manual input. Thermostats adjust based on long-term behavior rather than simple schedules. Security systems distinguish between routine activity and real threats without constant alerts. Appliances optimize energy usage based on time of day, grid conditions, and household habits. At CES 2026, AI was positioned as the invisible coordinator of the home, quietly managing complexity in the background. Automotive technology was another area where AI's dominance was impossible to ignore. While fully autonomous vehicles still face regulatory and technical hurdles, AI-powered driver assistance systems took center stage. Cars showcased at CES 2026 emphasized AI-driven perception, decision support, and personalization. Vehicles now adapt driving behavior to road conditions, traffic patterns, and driver preferences. In-cabin AI monitors driver attention, adjusts infotainment systems, and manages climate controls dynamically. The focus shifted away from autonomy as a distant goal and toward AI as a constant co-pilot. One of the most important themes at CES 2026 was the shift from cloud-dependent AI to hybrid and on-device intelligence. Companies openly acknowledged the limitations of cloud-only AI, including latency, cost, privacy concerns, and network reliability. As a result, many products showcased AI systems designed to operate locally whenever possible, using the cloud selectively rather than by default. This architectural shift reflects growing awareness that AI must be efficient, resilient, and cost-effective to scale across millions of devices. AI also dominated the industrial and enterprise technology showcased at CES. Manufacturing systems, logistics platforms, and infrastructure tools relied heavily on AI for predictive maintenance, demand forecasting, and operational optimization. Instead of flashy demos, companies highlighted measurable outcomes like reduced downtime, improved efficiency, and better resource allocation. This reinforced a broader industry shift away from AI hype toward practical deployment. CES 2026 showed that AI is increasingly judged by results, not novelty. Another noticeable change was how AI was discussed in terms of constraints rather than unlimited potential. Many companies emphasized power efficiency, model size, and reliability. This reflects a maturing market where the challenge is no longer building AI, but deploying it responsibly and sustainably. Energy consumption, thermal limits, and long-term support became central talking points. AI success was framed as balance, not brute force. The dominance of AI at CES 2026 also revealed how competitive pressure is shaping product design. As AI capabilities become expected, differentiation now depends on execution. Companies competed on how seamlessly AI integrates into workflows, how transparently it operates, and how much control users retain. This marks a shift away from AI as a headline feature and toward AI as a design philosophy embedded throughout the product experience. From a broader perspective, CES 2026 illustrated how AI has moved from the edges of technology into its core. It is no longer confined to software demos or specialized hardware. It is shaping how products are designed, how systems interact, and how users engage with technology daily. AI is influencing decisions about power management, user interfaces, hardware architecture, and even product pricing. Perhaps the most telling sign of AI's dominance was how little resistance there was to its presence. At CES 2026, AI wasn't controversial or surprising. It was expected. The conversation has moved beyond whether AI should be everywhere to how well it is implemented and governed. That shift signals a new phase in the tech industry, one where AI is not a trend but a foundational layer that everything else is built upon. In the end, CES 2026 will likely be remembered as the moment AI stopped being a category and became the context for all technology. From consumer gadgets to industrial systems, artificial intelligence defined the narrative, the priorities, and the direction of innovation. AI didn't just dominate CES 2026, it quietly confirmed that the future of technology is now inseparable from intelligent systems operating at every